Dear you, for a long time, I thought this letter was about what you did, the promises you broke, the ways you disappeared, the conversations that never seemed to change anything, the endless cycle of almost trying, almost changing, almost becoming the person I kept believing you could be. And if I'm being honest, that's the version of this letter I wrote 100 times in my head. The angry version, the disappointed version, the version that wanted answers, the version that wanted an apology, the version that wanted to understand why someone could keep asking for help while refusing to accept it. But that's not the letter I never sent. The letter I never sent was much quieter than that, because eventually I realized something. The person I was trying hardest to save wasn't you. It was the future I had imagined for you, the version of you I kept carrying around in my head, the version that would finally choose differently, the version that would finally see what everyone else could see, the version that would finally want more for themselves. And every time reality disagreed with that vision, I convinced myself it just needed more time, more patience, more understanding, more chances. I told myself I was helping. I told myself I was loving. I told myself I was being loyal. Maybe some of that was true, but eventually I had to admit something uncomfortable. I wasn't just trying to save you. I was trying to save myself from accepting what was already true. Because if I stopped believing you would change, then I would have to grieve the future I'd built around that belief. And that felt unbearable. So I stayed longer, hoped longer, carried more than I should have, until one day I realized something. You were allowed to make your choices, even the ones I didn't understand, even the ones that hurt, even the ones I would never have made myself. And I was allowed to stop carrying the consequences of those choices for you. That wasn't abandonment. That wasn't cruelty. That wasn't giving up. That was finally respecting reality. And maybe that's the thing I never knew how to say. I don't hate you. I don't resent you. I don't even need you to become the person I once hoped you would be. I just needed to stop making your future my responsibility, because it was never mine, and neither were you. I hope life is kind to you. I hope you find whatever it is you are searching for. And I hope one day you become the person you were always capable of becoming. But whether you do or you don't, that part of the story no longer belongs to me. Sincerely, someone who finally put the weight down. How's your soul today?